Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with my final post of today. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or if you like my ministry and the charities that I support, if you want to know the charities, I would be glad to let you know the charities that I support. And you can donate at PayPal GarethCahoon3 at gmail.com. This one here is about Iran suspends US ceasefire talks, demands Israeli withdrawal from Lebanon. Iran threatens to activate the Houthis' closed Bab el Mandeb Strait over ceasefire violations. Iran has suspended talks with the United States towards a comprehensive ceasefire over increased Israeli strikes on Hezbollah in Lebanon, a regime affiliate Tanazim News reported. A statement on Tanazim News said that in light of the ongoing crimes of the Zionist regime in Lebanon, and given that Lebanon was part of the ceasefire preconditions, which it was never part of the ceasefire preconditions, and now this ceasefire has been violated on all fronts, including Lebanon. The Iranian negotiation team is suspending discussions and exchanges of texts through intermediaries. Specifically, the statements linked the ceasefire in Lebanon to the US-Iran ceasefire, which Iranian authorities have recently stated is a necessary condition for achieving an agreement. The statement of Tanzania said that Iran would be unwilling to pursue any talks with the US until Israel makes a complete withdrawal from the occupied areas in Lebanon. It also threatened to expand the conflict beyond the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz to include the Bab el Mandeb Strait and the Red Sea, as well as a complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The resistance front in Iran have resolved to pursue the complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz and the activation of other fronts, including the Bab el Mandeb Strait, as part of their agenda to push the Zionists and their supporters. The statement read, "This was an indirect threat to activate Tehran's proxy group in Yemen, the Houthis, rebels who have so far stayed out of the current conflict. Around 14% of global maritime trade passes through the Bab el Mandeb Strait and the Strait of Hormuz." Tanzim later ran a statement claiming that Yemen's Ansarallah awaits Hezbollah's call to join anti-Zionist battle. Earlier, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi posted to his social media account. The very fact that he's even allowed a social media account is beyond belief, stating the ceasefire between Iran and the US is unequivocally a ceasefire on all fronts, including in Lebanon. Abbas claimed a violation on one front is a violation of the ceasefire on all fronts, before adding the US and Israel are responsible for the consequences of any violation. Iranian Foreign Minister spokesman Ismail Bagay responded to comments by French President Emmanuel Macron calling for the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz without any conditions and in accordance with international law as part of the negotiations over Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. Bagay said the Iran's ballistic missile program is non-negotiable. European friends should update themselves on the Iranian missile issue, because we do not even talk at the media level about such issues that are related to defending Iran's sovereignty. Bagay said on Monday in a press conference. The statements from Iran media came after US President Donald J. Trump claimed that Iran really wants to make a deal and it will be a really good one for the USA and those that are with us. Trump also claimed that inasmuch it is much tougher for me to properly do my job and negotiate when political hacks keep negatively chirping at levels never seen before. The president told his detractors to just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end, it always does. Meanwhile, US Central Command CENTCOM said it successfully intercepted two Iranian ballistic missiles targeting American forces based in Kuwait overnight. Just a few hours earlier, CENTCOM said US forces conducted additional self-defense strikes against Iranian targets. US Central Command CENTCOM conducted self-defense strikes on Iranian radar and command and control sites for drones in Guruk, Iran and Qasem Island this weekend, the command said in a statement. CENTCOM claimed the strikes came in response to the downing of a US MQ-1 drone that was operating over international waters, as the US military officially retired the MQ-1 drone in favour of a more advanced MQ-9 Reaper 9 years ago. It is unclear which service branch was operating it. At the same time, Arabic spokesperson Aviy Adori issued an evacuation notice for the Hezbollah stronghold of Da'iya in southern Beirut. The IDF warns residents of the Da'iya area in Beirut and calls on them to evacuate to preserve their safety. Adria posted to social media, if the terrorist Hezbollah continues launching rockets towards Israeli cities and towns, the IDF will respond by targeting objectives in the southern Da'iya. Several regime-affiliated Iranian social media accounts claimed that if the IDF carries out strikes in Beirut, the Islamic Republic could retaliate against Israel or call the Houthis to join the conflict in support of Hezbollah. This is all bluster by a terror army known as the IRGC, who are now in charge. And this boy here behind me in the picture is no more in charge of Iran than I'm in charge of the UK, because the radicals have taken over Iran and they're spitting feathers and trying to say that Lebanon and Hezbollah were included in the agreement with Trump on Iran, but no such thing was ever said or ever agreed upon by the United States or Donald Trump, or for that matter, Israel. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.